Stormwood and Associates is a production of the Nerd and Tie Podcast Network. For more podcasts from actual play to true crime to witchcraft, go to nerdandtie.com or join our community on Discord by finding an invite at nerdandtie.com/discord. Finley Webster and Camille Hyacinth are just average freshmen at Clearwater University in Odapontour, Wisconsin. And they're just having a great day. Except maybe something's gonna go a little weird. Welcome to School Days. School Days stars Celeste, star twin, as Camille Hyacinth. Gen Proc as Finley Webster, with Trey Jorn as your GM.
Finley's gonna go after the peanut butter thief.
All right, you're going to go down into the basement.
Yep.
All right, the basement is it's a furnished basement. It's a large basement. So it's a big house, it's a big basement, but the room you need immediately come down to is kind of a furnished den. There are like a couple of people having quiet conversations. Like there's like most people are upstairs. Like there's some photos on the wall of like groups of like fraternity photos, like group photos from over the years. But there is a hallway that once you go downstairs that seems to run its own, and you can see at the end of the hallway the hooded figure turn a corner running as you get down there.
Finley goes after him.
And are you following Camille?
I follow Finley.
Okay. As you guys round the corner, so you guys run down this hallway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yee.
Both of you roll me a d10.
Three.
10.
All right, Camille, you're just running down a corridor. Finley, the air feels almost electric as you're running down this hallway, and it feels almost like that feeling like when like there's a lot of static electricity in a space.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you're running down a tile floor, like it feels like you've been rubbing socks over carpet. Like all the little hairs on your arms are sticking up, and it also feels cold. Like the air feels like drastically colder as you go down this hallway. As you round the corner, the place where you saw this figure go, you find yourself as you cross this threshold. You kind of run around the corner blindly, not paying attention to where you're going. You know, you assume it's just going to be like another room in a basement. You emerge into a vast area. It is at least 50 feet to the wall in front of you. The floor is concrete, and it is a concrete solid wall ahead of you. But the room goes off in either direction in endless lengths. Above the light above hangs from these, like, almost looks like fluorescent fixtures, but they're high up. The ceiling is incredibly high in here. It's almost like It's like larger than a subway tunnel. And it just goes off in either direction in vast lengths. The walls, as you turn around into this hallway, you're in this vastly long corridor. The route to the basement sits ahead of you, like it's almost like a section of the wall is black, and then there's just the single cutout in this blackness for the hallway you came down. To the left of that blackness, though, is a panel, like a tablet affixed to the wall, with some sort of readout on it in a language you don't understand. But as you look to the left and right, back against that wall, you see what look like they go floor to ceiling, but it's almost like those displays in a museum where you look into a diorama and you see a setting.
What?
But it's of different places, different cities, different landscapes. Each in these giant portals that are almost like 20 feet long and then go floor to ceiling. Different environments, different weather, different worlds. Next to each one of them is a small tablet, again affixed, displaying some sort of information. Almost like a museum placard.
Whoa.
The figure
I
you
didn't know they had a
followed
museum down here.
The figure you followed is nowhere to be seen.
Is this normal for a frat basement? It doesn't seem normal.
Huh. Finley would like to go to the nearest plaque and see if he can read it.
All right, so at first glance, so you're going to go to the one next to effectively the door where you just came through, or to a different one?
He's gonna go to one of the dioramas.
So they're not really like diorama. So it's like a window into a place that you weren't. So you go to the one to the left of where you just came through is almost like a black space, and then like a single doorway, because that's the width of the hallway that like existed that you ran down. To the left of it is almost like an opening into a forest. You don't hear any sound from it at present, but like it looks like as you look through this, it's like looking into a giant window into a real forest. The floor, like there's a hard line where it goes from the concrete floor to like the dirt of the forest floor, and the trees are right there in front. But you are like it's like you are standing in an opening to a forest, but you just don't hear any sound coming from it. Like if anything, like the entire sound of this place is almost like a soft white noise, like in this hallway. The tablet to the side is at first when you look at it, it's in characters and letters that you've never seen before. It's something written in a language you do not know. Are you going to touch the tablet?
Sure.
As you touch it, the screen goes blank for a moment with a little hourglass flipping, and then it resets, and it is suddenly in English.
Cool.
What you see on the screen is universal address GH5971382.4957. And then you see a set of geo coordinates, planet Earth, and then notes about oxygen level, nitrogen level, CO2 level, current chronometer, like current universal chronometer set as a thing. And yeah, it's and it lists safe for human life.
What
Weird.
is this? What is going on?
Man, I don't know. This is a pretty cool museum. He goes to
Sure, it's a museum.
This is literally like an infinite corridor that goes off in both directions. We think about physical space for a moment.
Look, Finley is not the smartest man.
I'm about to say, I don't.
And Gen is getting
impression.
distracted because she's hungry.
A butterfly floats by the window.
Oh.
It appears
Wait a
to
minute.
head towards the window.
Oh.
The basement window?
Well,
Crap.
the giant, yeah, it's
Right. Yeah, no, like my character's putting it together.
and as it comes to where like it looks like it should cross into the corridor with you, when it hits that thing, it almost seems to just like pass, like it doesn't enter the corridor where you are. It like just kind of disappears. And then actually a few moments later you see it fly back the other direction, like it seems to reappear, like flying through at another point. So it's not crossing into the corridor with you.
Oh.
What? Okay. Yeah, this isn't a normal freaking basement.
Yeah, seems like, boy, I wish I had paid attention in science class.
Unless you're in some pretty heavy theoretical physics, I don't think that would have helped.
Finley looks at the other quote unquote windows.
Okay.
Do they look like Earth? Or like you said, there's wildly different landscapes.
Yeah, so they're wildly different landscapes. Like the one, like there's one that looks like it's an ocean, like just the shore of an ocean, like a beach. There's another, like it's rocks over a beach looking over the ocean. There's one that is like appears to be like the downtown of a major city. You're not sure which one, but it's like you're looking at the intersection, and in that one it's night. Like it's the skyline is lit up. There are stars in the sky, and there are, a gentle rain pouring over that city. Again, you don't hear any of it. As you walk down this, because each of these is like 20 feet wide, so long, so you have to like go a little bit down to see each one. You see another one that's like a desert scape. Just like it's bright and it's sunny and it's the desert and it's red rocks sit, with the sun beating down as, just a landscape of cactus sand and red rocks. As you go down further, you see what looks like the inside of someone's house, but all the lights are off. And it's just like a cross section of, it's somebody's open concept living room and kitchen.
Huh.
All right. We're getting somewhere.
Yeah, the only question is where.
Let's do a little bit more investigating.
What, like some private eye?
Yeah, exactly like that.
Both of you roll me a d10.
7.
3.
Finley. In the distance. So the problem is, the hallway is mostly straight, but it seems to curve off. So like there's a point where you can't see any further. You hear something that sounds almost like a clang.
Peanut
Like
butter thief! And he takes off running.
He's gonna take off running towards the sound?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna follow Camille?
Camille follows annoyedly.
You're running down this corridor.
Come
It
on.
is long. You are passing by countless worlds and cities and homes and busty places. There's like a cafe in Paris at one point. There are school classrooms. There are forests. There are fires. There are volcanoes. There's snow-covered plains. Eventually, as you come down this long, lengthy corridor, you see something that is large. It is covered in smoke, and it has a pair of red eyes that appear to poke out from almost a skull-like face, and it is moving very slowly towards you down the corridor.
Are you serious right now?
It's still pretty far off, but you can see it pretty clearly.
What is that thing?
Really good special effects?
No one does practical effects anymore, you idiot. Oh my god, why did I follow you?
Maybe we can outrun it?
It's not the worst idea.
And Finley's gonna turn around and start running back where he came from.
Okay. So you're starting to
Camille
run the other
follows.
direction?
Yep.
Not as fast.
So Camille's running, but not as fast. All right. As you start to round the gentle, it's a curve, the long gentle curve of this thing. You see the figure in a hood stand in the corridor and then run into one of the windows.
We both do, or?
Yeah, you both see it. Like, literally, you can't miss it. The person was standing in the middle of the corridor, and when you guys turned the corner, they immediately then ran into, one of the windows.
Was that your hobo?
Yeah, that was the hobo. Finley's gonna, come to a stop in front of that window.
So you come to a stop in front of that window, and it appears to be it's a large house. It's a very nice, well-appointed home, but the couches are under sheets, and everything seems covered up, and it looks like it is a winter afternoon in whatever that place is. There are pine trees covered in snow out the windows.
Okay. Cold outside.
Finley's gonna look behind them to see how far away the shadow monster is.
You can see it coming round the bend.
Crap.
Finley's gonna swig if there are any like dredges of liquid inside his solo cup that he's been holding this entire
solo
time.
Cup, love it.
He like just downs whatever's left, crumples the cup in his hand, throws it on the ground, and runs into the window.
All right. Camille, what are you doing?
Looking for basically anything I might be able to use as a weapon.
You're still standing in the corridor.
Okay. Is there like anything around though?
No.
Okay.
The corridors
I'm
are
panicking,
completely
then.
bare, and you see Finley run into this living room. Finley appears to
shit?
run unharmed into this living room.
I'm going to follow then.
All right, you are suddenly you cross the threshold of the window, and where before you only saw, you are in this living room. Like, you smell the smells of a home. But the air is a little cool, but like not uncomfortably so. Like, someone set the heat at the lowest possible temperature to keep the pipes from freezing. You look behind you, you can still see this giant cutout in the air to the corridor that you just left. So you are not and both of you, so you and Finley are now in this house. And you hear, "Get behind something!"
Okay. What's there to get behind?
There are couches, there is a kitchen island, there is like plenty of things.
Hides behind the island.
Okay. You get behind the island and you see the small figure, who's actually more like 5'2" now that you get up close to the person, who is kind of like curled up in a ball, hiding behind the counter. Finley, where do you go?
He dives behind the couch.
Okay. You guys stay there for a few minutes, and as you're there, you hear a sound as something passes by. Like this deep guttural sound coming from where you just came. And after a few minutes, it's gone. Camille, the figure you are next to, they are thin, they are slight, but they're like 5'4", maybe, actually, in a raggedy hoodie and some beat up jeans, and they pull back their hood to reveal bright red hair, a young human woman. Just looks at you and says, "I think it's gone."
What?
So we call them Reapers?
You do?
Well, I mean,
okay.
What else? What? I don't know.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry, but who are you?
I'm Cole.
Hi, Cole. Okay.
Peanut butter? Holds up the peanut butter.
Thanks. And you call those Reapers?
Seemed like a decent name for them.
No, it's not a bad name at all, honestly. I'm just trying to make sure I understand this right.
They mostly they mostly just move down the corridors. We've never found out what happens if they reach you, because they're pretty slow, and you just gotta hide from them.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's encouraging. Okay.
You were at that that school, weren't you?
Yes. New student. Hi.
What? You can other guy.
While they were talking, Finley has actually quietly army crawled his way over. And
we're probably fine now. They tend to not turn around. It's really only a problem when they stop.
Cole, my name is Finley. Nice to meet you. But stealing is not cool, man.
Well, starving is worse.
Huh. Gotcha.
She's
Great.
like opening the lid to the peanut butter and just like scooping it out with fingers and like eating the peanut butter. Just full on eating the peanut butter with her hand.
I have been that kind of hungry, so I get it. But also, so where are you from, if not the school?
I mean, that's a really hard question to answer. Ostensibly, the Milwaukee area.
Oh, same.
Yeah, nah, you and I aren't from the same Milwaukee area. She points at your ears.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but
Yeah, no, there aren't any elves where I'm from. Like on the planet.
Excuse me? How does that even work?
Well, mankind came out of Africa, X number of hundred, whatever, million, thousands, I don't know, I'm not a paleontologist. And humanity evolved as the only sentient race on our planet.
I'm sorry.
Like, I don't know whatever Tolkien bullshit happened in your universe, but not in mine.
Oh, okay. Well, huh.
Just eating peanut butter. You're not in your own universe right now. You get that, right?
Yeah, no, wait, what? I mean, like,
well, it
obviously, I'm not.
She puts it like, it's nighttime in winter.
Frat parties aren't exactly what I would call my That's a good point, actually.
Holy shit. I think this is someone's vacation house. There's a pretty nice lake view that we can't really see because the corridor's blocking it. But if you go around outside, you can see it.
Holy shit, are you What?
What do you think was going on?
I don't know. We just went downstairs. Because goodest boy over here needed to rescue. Goodest boy over here saw you stealing peanut butter and thought that he'd be helpful.
How did you follow me?
We went behind you.
Yeah, but you should only be able to access the corridor if someone pulls you through. I didn't pull you through.
Well, here we are.
She gets up, starts to kind of like recaps the peanut butter, puts it down on the counter. I've been crashing here for a little bit, because I think it's going to be months before they come back to their house.
This isn't even your place?
She just like looks herself. Do I look like I own a massive lake house? I can't even get matching shoes.
Okay, good point. I'm going through a lot right now. I mean, we both are, right?
Yeah, Finley's having a very quiet existential crisis right now.
Yeah, this person is like, she looks like she's anywhere from like, she's maybe like 18, 19 years old looking. Her hair is absolute like tangled mop. It's like she looks relatively clean, but like has like, yeah, she looks clean, but that's about it. So yeah, I kind of. All right, so corridor, that thing, that's the corridor. She just points at, it's like the big, like where this goes from just being a giant living room with a vaulted ceiling to just like a black box. Not necessarily a black box, just like a cutout in the air where the hallway you just came from was. That's the corridor. Goes between worlds. In theory, you should only be able to access the corridor if someone already in the corridor pulls you through. Like you have physical contact with them when they pass through the corridor, or if you've previously gone through a corridor.
Huh. I mean,
you followed me somehow.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever gone through any weird corridors. Although, I think my ancestors might have.
I have a question. This is going to sound weird.
Uh-huh.
Have you had any strange visions?
Yeah, this frickin' cosplayer keeps following me around dressed like Ku Cullen, being a fucking weirdo.
Is that... I don't know what that is.
Oh, he's a character from the Ulster cycle of Irish folklore.
I understood Irish folklore out of that sentence. Okay.
He's a knight heroic figure.
Right.
Like pre-King Arthur heroic figure.
Is that something of significance to you?
Yes. And to Irish people.
Right. No, but like, is that something that would be personally meaningful for you to see?
Yeah, my family said we fought that guy.
And you're human, right?
No.
No. She says she's looking at Finley.
Oh. Yeah.
Like, okay. I think Michael was telling me about this stuff. About how he got in. Oh, boy. How many people have you told your name to today?
Which of us?
Full name?
Either one of you. Full name, first name, last name.
I mean,
you write it down anywhere?
I might have shared my social media page with some sorority weirdos.
Okay.
I mean...
Was there anything weird about them?
Yeah, they were love bombing me like cult people.
I mean, they were sorority girls, were they trying to get you to join the sorority?
Yeah.
So yeah, they were sorority girls. I don't understand why that seems weird to you.
I've never been on campus before.
Anyone who tries to ever get you to join any organization wants to be really nice to you if they want you to join their organization. That's like every church, club, whatever. I feel like love bombing is misattributing a term for, I mean, like, I guess like actual cults do that, but like
to a lot of cult podcasts.
But like, were they love bombing you, or were they just being nice?
I'm not sure I actually know the difference.
Like, were they just trying to share common interests, or like, was one of them telling you how perfect you were?
Some of them were sharing common interests, and some of them were just constantly talking about how good I looked.
Well, are you sure they weren't just hitting on you?
I don't think they were.
You're sure?
I don't really know. I don't have a lot of friends.
Okay, but like nobody who's
because I don't have friends.
But to take it back, but no one whose eyes looked weird, or like whose voice sounded like honey in a way that was unable to explain, like none of that stuff. Like
no, they just said, like, "Oh my God," a lot.
Yeah, that's not something to be worried about. That's just sorority girls. Okay. So, I don't want to alarm you, but, do you know what the Fae are?
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of them. It's what they say Cuchulainn fought, but I just assume those are my ancestors.
Oh no, so like you're an elf, right? Like I've met enough elves. Michael was an elf. You're just like a person.
I mean, yeah.
You can connect to magic in ways that I can't. But you're just overall you're just a person.
I mean, not all elves are good at magic. Some of us don't do that. It's kind of racist of you to assume that we are.
I didn't say good at, I said capable of. Your body is capable of focusing arcane energy through it. Whether you want to or ever do it, your cells will survive the process. If I were to try to focus arcane energy myself, I would die, crisping myself like a barbecued chicken wing.
Okay, you've got chickens where you're from. We've got some more in common. Yeah, that's like, good.
I went to your world for like 5 minutes. I stole some peanut butter.
Is it different than the peanut butter you're used to?
It's Skippy. It's the same.
Okay.
There's one world I found it where it was labeled as Scuppy, but it turned out to still just be Skippy.
Huh.
So, like...
Huh.
Finley, did you see anything weird?
Finley is, like, curled up in the fetal position.
Oh my God.
He's having a real bad time.
Kid, are you okay? You can...
I saw you.
What? Where did you see me?
At the student union.
He's been like seeing you all day.
I went to that party.
I thought you were a hobo.
I didn't. This is really important. You saw me in a place that wasn't that house.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was mentioning it a lot.
I didn't go anywhere that wasn't that house in that universe. I don't stray far from the corridor. I don't have money.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Oh my God. I'm okay.
Okay, kid. Okay, so, so this is, so you were seeing things, she points to you, that Celeste, your character, so you were seeing something that was of personal significance to, like, your, like, sense of identity, maybe, or whatever.
Yeah.
And you were seeing me, a person you wouldn't meet until later that day?
Yep. Seems like.
She is standing up and alert and looking very uncomfortable. Oh boy. So, okay. That's, who did you meet today?
A lot of people. We were at orientation. And then we went to the party.
Yeah.
And we had Taco Bell.
Okay. You were somewhere and you went to that party. How did you end up at that party?
We got invited during orientation.
Who invited you? Who brought you into that house?
Well, Mindy wanted us to come really bad. Then there was this bro at the door who let us in, I guess.
I mean, that house is just a party, like, as far as I can tell. Like, they have parties at that house all the time. I steal their peanut butter like 3 times a week. They keep buying more. I keep stealing their peanut butter.
Are you living on just peanut butter?
No, but peanut butter tastes good. I like peanut butter.
Okay.
A lot of calories. There's protein. And also, I've gotten a bunch of dumb frat guys to keep buying more peanut butter.
I mean, I guess I can get behind that.
They blame each other for stealing it. And then when they throw a party like twice a week, I sneak in and steal the peanut butter.
Yeah, that tracks.
But if you were able to follow me, and you've been having visions, something from between worlds touched you.
Oh. Okay. That's
I don't
weird.
know if that's good or bad, but it's definitely not. It's probably not good. It's probably
I'm generally not
good.
a fan of being touched. Generally.
I mean, like, you can unpack your own issues. Okay. So, something has its eye on you. Something that knew you were going to see me and drew you towards it.
Sure looks that way,
The
yeah.
visions are a side effect. Either showing you something important or something from your future.
Yeah, that tracks.
And whatever is coming for you is very powerful. If its touch allowed you to pass through into the corridor.
Great. Well, I guess I'm leaving a mark here. After all. Wait, how do we get back then?
You walk. She just like walks like, come on. Finley. She starts pulling Finley to his feet. Come on, it should be. We just got to glance down the hallway and make sure things are clear. They don't turn around that often, so, and we would have heard it if it did. And she just like sticks her head into the corridor, like it's nothing. And looks back. Yeah, no, coast is clear. The Reaper's gone.
But like, we could come back here, like at will then, or
yeah, you just have to get to the entrance,
which is through the basement
of that frat house. Yeah.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah, she's like, come on. Starts pulling you into the corridor. And literally just like as you guys re-enter the corridor, the smells and sounds return to just the corridor. Concrete floors and walls. And you guys, do you follow her down the hallway?
Yep.
Yeah, and she just walks you like you're not that far away from where you started, and it's pretty easy to recognize the place you entered. And yeah, it's just a doorway to the basement of the frat house, and so yeah, she starts to walk through it.
What the heck?
And as you guys follow, you are back in the basement of the frat house. The party is still happening. You haven't been gone that long. It's the smells of a frat house enter your nostrils as you pass through that you'd almost become nose blind to when you were at the party, but having been gone from it for a little bit, this smells like the basement of a house with a bunch of college-age young men living in it. And yeah, you walk down the hallway of the basement back into like that area, and you are back at the party. Stormwood & Associates is a production of Nerd and Tie. You can find more information at nerdandtie.com/Stormwood. You can also find us on social media at Nerd and Tie on Twitter, nerdandtie.tumblr.com, and facebook.com/nerdandtie. This podcast can be subscribed to on anywhere that major podcasts are found: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and quite a few other places, and anywhere that takes an RSS feed as well. Hey, while you're still here, let me tell you about another podcast on the Nerd and Tie Network, and that's Let's Be Legendary. Let's Be Legendary, the Feywild West, is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play game, so an actual play game like this one, but like, you know, in a system people actually use in the real world. Set in a homebrew Wild West steampunk world, the Feywild West follows two people discovering what it means to be in a relationship, all the while seeking revenge and learning the truth of their pasts. Let's Be Legendary podcast is an LGBTQ+ podcast with both main and minor characters, as well as players falling under the queer blanket. A heavy RP game with a focus on story and characters. And you can hear it every week here on the Nerd and Tie Network, and you can find all of their subscription information and links at nerdandtie.com/legendary.